The Yasawa Islands in Fiji are a dream destination for couples, a secluded paradise where love blossoms under the glow of golden sunsets. But for newlyweds Bradley Dawson and Christe Chen, their honeymoon at the luxurious Turtle Island resort would become a haunting tale of betrayal and violence. What was meant to be the start of a life filled with joy and partnership ended in tragedy, with questions that still chill the hearts of many. Christe Chen, 36, was the embodiment of ambition and compassion. A pharmacist in Memphis, Tennessee, she was known for her radiant smile and an unshakable commitment to her patients and loved ones. Bradley Dawson, 40, appeared to be her perfect match, a non-profit IT professional with a friendly demeanor and an easy charm. Their romance was swift and intense, culminating in a wedding in February 2022. Friends and family celebrated their union, convinced that Christe had found her soulmate. Behind the smiles, however, cracks were forming, ones that would widen on their honeymoon in ways no one could have anticipated. When the couple arrived at the Turtle Island Resort in July 2022, it seemed like the ultimate romantic escape. The island's secluded bungalows, turquoise waters, and impeccable service had hosted countless love stories. But for Christe and Bradley, it became the backdrop of a chilling tragedy. Resort staff later recounted that while Christe seemed upbeat and thrilled about the trip, Bradley appeared distant, even tense. Their interactions were cordial, but lacked the warmth one might expect from newlyweds. 2 days into their stay, on July 9th, the serenity of Turtle Island was shattered. Christe was found lifeless in their bungalow, her body bearing the horrific signs of blunt force trauma. Blood spattered the walls, and signs of a violent struggle were evident. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. It was clear this wasn't an accident. Bradley was missing. Panic swept through the resort as staff realized he had vanished, leaving Christe behind in such a brutal state. Investigators soon discovered he had fled, not in a vehicle or by conventional means, but by kayak. The choice was bizarre and desperate. In the dead of night, Bradley paddled through the dark waters, carrying essentials like his passport, wallet, and personal belongings. Was he running out of fear? Or was it a cold, calculated escape? By the time authorities caught up with him on a neighboring island the following day, he was disheveled and unconvincing in his explanations. He claimed he had left the bungalow to let Christe cool off after an argument, denying any involvement in her death. But investigators found troubling inconsistencies. Why had he taken his passport and valuables? Why attempt to flee if he was innocent? Forensic evidence unraveled Bradley's narrative. Christe's injuries were severe, indicating prolonged and deliberate violence. Experts testified that the wounds could not have been accidental or self-inflicted. Blood patterns at the scene suggested she had tried to defend herself, but her attacker had been relentless. Witnesses at the resort recalled hearing raised voices from the couple's bungalow the night before Christe was discovered. Their idyllic honeymoon had descended into rage and violence, a far cry from the love-filled getaway they had envisioned.
Left his GPS watch on the island outside the room, but took his wallet and passport and jumped onto a kayak and was trying to escape the island. And his intention was to, I believe, arrive in the mainland and perhaps catch a flight back to the United States.
Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. The courtroom was packed as Bradley Dawson faced trial in Fiji. His demeanor oscillated between calm and defensive, but the evidence against him was overwhelming. The prosecution meticulously laid out the timeline of events, painting a picture of a man whose temper boiled over during a dispute. Whether it was fueled by jealousy, control, or a hidden darkness, Bradley had snapped. Bradley's defense claimed he was innocent, stating he had left the bungalow to avoid further conflict and returned to find Christe dead. But the jury saw through his story. Justice Riaz Hamza delivered a damning verdict, declaring that the evidence against Bradley was not only convincing but irrefutable. As Bradley awaits sentencing in January 2025, the shadow of his actions continues to loom over Christe's grieving family. Her parents, devastated by the loss of their only child, have spoken of their heartbreak and the life robbed from Christe. "She was the light of our lives," her father said in a tearful statement. This chilling case raises haunting questions. What led Bradley Dawson to commit such an unspeakable act during what should have been a celebration of love? Were there signs of trouble that were missed, or did something snap under the weight of hidden tensions? The tragic tale of Christe Chen's death serves as a sobering reminder of how quickly love can turn to violence and how even the most picturesque settings can hide unspeakable darkness. As the sun sets over the Yasawa Islands, it casts long shadows over the memory of a honeymoon that ended in horror, a story that leaves an indelible mark on all who hear it. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos.